close our eyes, find a comfortable position, whatever that is for you. And we'll just take 3 big breaths just to arrive. Feeling the body here on the mat. And with that illuminating breath, like lighting a match in a dark cave or a dark room or something like this, we breathe all the way down into the sits bones, the root of the body, root chakra, into the soles of the feet. Exhale, drawing the navel in, kind of pushing the air out, maybe. Down into the pelvis, as if the breath could actually expand into these areas. Through the mind's eye. Into the abdomen, big breath. Three breaths into the chest, the back body, the heart. The lungs are opening and receiving and relaxing. Breathing into the back of the neck and the shoulders, the front of the neck, throat, the jaw. Into the forehead, the eyebrows, the eyes, the third eye, the back of the head. And into the top of the head, the crown, where we might find a sense of lifting upwards. And breathe all the way into the soles of the feet. Bring the hands together to the heart, honoring yourself, showing up for your practice today. And another breath just to honor whatever comes up today. The process. Release the hands and we'll start some cat-cows. And we'll just keep breathing through cat-cows for a little bit here. Now just where your body is inclined to sort of like drop into, and see if you can make that space more open rather than like a collapse. Like into my middle back, I sort of like drop in there. And I'm gonna try to make it more lengthened to open, forward and back. Come upright, draw the ribs in, draw the navel in and up, and roll the shoulders a bit. If you'd like to do both together, one at a time, just really feeling into the neck, shoulder, arm bone connection, the chest, the upper back. Let the shoulders relax down. Take the arms and reach them out. We'll just come through this a few times, bringing it down into the heart and then rotating back up. So we exhale to the heart, inhale up, exhale to rotate out and bring the fingertips all the way down. Change up. The torso is stable. So the ribs aren't moving forward and back. It's relatively stable here. Getting into the outer shoulder blades, the space at the ribs. This muscle that kind of comes from the ribs up through the side of the shoulder into the arm. And back into the heart. Exhale. Take the hands, cross them over to the opposite leg and lean back into like a cat pose. Relaxing through the neck, relax your shoulders down. One more breath. Good. Take your arms, lift them up. Exhale, forward fold. One more breath in forward fold. Bring the hands back, press into the fingers, opening up through the front. So the ribs draw in. This is like kind of like a cobra pose through the torso. Drawing it in, lifting it up to open up the heart. Good. Take your arms across the body, give yourself a hug. Shoulder blades again come down. Head comes down, and maybe you move your head side to side a little. If you find a place that feels good to hold, feel free. But avoid strain, no need. Let that go. Change your leg position if you like. A few more cat-cows on this side. So we're just exploring the spaces that tend to take the movement, giving more space, and offering that movement to other areas of this back. If that makes sense, and if it doesn't, don't worry. No big deal. Take the arms, reach them up, interlace the fingers, press them up. So this is going to try to be a back bend, and we're just drawing the ribs in a little bit, taking the spine more upright so that the arms get to move back just a little. You can see by contrast, if you were to like lift your heart up and draw it forward into a back bend, you might be able to bring your arms back a little bit more, but that's coming from the back, less than from the shoulders. Exhale, let that go, gentle. Bring the hands to the opposite leg again, lean back. Reach the arms up, forward fold. Oh, excuse me. Bring the hands behind you, press down. Take the arms across the body to give yourself a hug again. Shoulders down. Squeeze in a little bit, open up through the back, let your head come down. And round it if it feels good. And let that go. Take the arms out to the sides, 90 degrees, spread out fingers, palms facing forward. Ribs in. And we're just holding like this for a breath or two. You might play with bringing your elbows back a little bit more, finding maybe a stretch across the front. And then take your palms and rotate them out like you're pressing side to side, but the elbows are still bent. So now I'm palms open to the sides. And push. Spread out the fingers, pressing through the wrists. Stretching it out. Breathe, relax your jaw. Exhale, relax the arms. Good. Please come on into a table. Keep moving through cat-cow. And we'll come up into down dog. In down dog, pedal through your feet. Just take some time to arrive here, feeling it out. Another breath or two. Secure your shoulders in to the side body, so it's like you're pulling them in a little bit, and slowly lower the knees back down. I say that because if you're not secure, it could potentially not feel very good to your shoulders. But if they are the part that is secure, bringing the knees back down, stretch your hands forward, your hips back, without coming to child's pose, just a long stretch. Draw the heart forward and come all the way down to your tummy. Come into a cobra. A big long cobra. Inhale. And exhale, lower down. Push up to your down dog. And breathe. Good, we're gonna do that again. Secure your shoulders as you bring your knees down. So it's as if I'm pulling my arms in towards each other more. Stretch out the hips back. Come forward and lower down. Exhaling down. Inhale to cobra. And exhale to down dog. Great, step all the way forward. Halfway lift, exhales to forward fold. Be in your forward fold, take some breath. Bend your knees and rise all the way up. Reach up and bring it into your heart. Hands to the sides, mountain pose. Awesome. I'm gonna step forward and back through crescent lunges. Right foot leads back. I like to bring my hands to the heart when I do this. Kind of pressing them together creates more stability through center to allow my foot to come back with some sense of security. Crescent lunge. Awesome. Feel what's on the ground. Feel the inner legs, the inner thighs, drawing up into the pelvic floor, the low belly drawing in. The ribs, so we draw the front body in so that we can have more space through the back body. Step forward. Come into your mountain pose. Feel your legs side to side. And the other side, hands come together, press them together, step back, left foot. Front knee is over the heel. Good job. So if you were to check your feet, there would be about one fist or two, I'd say like 1.5 to be technical, between the feet, so they're on railroad tracks. Step forward, land into mountain gently. Hands back to the heart, right foot steps back. So much stability is being cultivated through the stable front leg when we step back. It's really, really great. Step forward, mountain. So feel into your right leg when you bring your hands together, left foot steps back. Awesome. Good. Step forward, exhale into your forward fold. Halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Halfway lift. Exhale your right foot all the way back. Step into plank pose. You can have your knees up or down, of course. Listen in. Exhale, lower down. Cobra pose. Inhale. Exhale to down dog. Step forward. Half lift to full. Rise up. Come into mountain. Hands together at the heart. The right foot steps back to warrior one. So we just angle it out. It's a little bit easier. Here, there's still some space between your feet. This time when we come forward, we're flying forward. Warrior three, airplane. And this is when that front leg is the stable one. It powers up to hold us. Land into mountain pose. Left side, foot steps back. The toes, the heel. Fly, exhale to fly. Take a breath. Land into mountain. Again, right side. Fly. Mountain, exhale. Left side. And fly. Land into mountain. Take the arms up. Exhale to forward fold. Sway a little if you like. Little half lift and take your left foot to lead back into plank. Come through chaturanga, up dog or cobra. Exhale to down dog. Down dog, three-leg dog, right leg lifts up. And exhale to step that foot all the way forward. Come up through crescent lunge. Ground into the feet. Lower belly, middle, and upper. Lift you up. Core strength, lifting up. Take this slow. Lots of care and attention into the back quad, front of the leg. Slowly lowering the knee towards the ground, not all the way to the ground, towards it. And then come up, lengthen both legs, and back into it. Just this little bit, doesn't matter how deeply, up, and back in, and up. Awesome, bring your hands down, framing the front foot. Take your front foot all the way back, plank. Come through chaturanga. And exhale to down dog. Left leg up, inhale, long stretch through the leg and the hip. Exhale, step that foot forward, come up through crescent. And here we go, lower the knee towards the ground. So I say bring a lot of care into it because there's a lot of sensation. Lengthening the legs and exhaling back down. And up. And back down. It's actually like a stretch, but the quads are working so much that we just want to take care of it. Lengthen. Exhale. Bring the hands down. Step back. Bring your knees down. Knee plank. Lift up your feet, move your ankles. And we're gonna do side plank with the shins down to start. So left hand down, shift the feet over to the left, hand to the right hip. Press into the shin that's on the ground and take your top leg and lift it out and up. So I'm lifting it straight up. That bottom shoulder is secure. Stay here. Take your top leg and bring it forward. So you're gonna like, oh, there it is. I see it. And bring it back. Change sides. So just a little movement there. Side plank, shins down. So much appreciation to the bottom shoulder holding like this. Pull your shoulder blade in towards the ribs. Take your top leg up. And we're here and we're breathing and we're fine. This is good. And now bring your foot forward. So it's like I'm just shaking my foot in front. There it is. Exhale. Come back to your knee plank. Lower down all the way to your tummy. Come to a little cobra. Lengthen, lengthen. Keep breathing through your cobra. Exhale, let it go. Tuck the toes, push to down dog. Take your right leg and reach it up. Three-leg dog. If you'd like to, rotate it and stretch. Exhale, bring it back in and bring your foot forward. All the way forward. Twist the heart to the knee. And that bottom shoulder feels just like a side plank. It's that secure. It's the same angle. Exhale, bring your hand down, step back, plank. Right hand down, side plank. Shifting the heels over to the left. Take a breath in your side plank. And hand back down. Come through your chaturanga if you like. We're gonna end up in down dog. You're so awesome. Take your left leg up. Any stretch here, opening up. Step the foot forward, coming into twist. Heart towards the knee. Exhale, hand down, step back, plank into side plank. So this motion of rotating the torso over the shoulder joint, it's pretty big. Exhale, your hand down, lift up your hips to down dog. Step all the way forward. Rise up to the sky. Bring the hands into the heart and relax them to the sides. Let's just make little fists and take circles to the wrists. Any wrist stretch that feels good for you. It's interesting, it's kind of hard to stretch the wrists this way. It's hard to find sensation. I have to pull my fingers towards me and maybe like rotate my elbow to try to find something. And then bend the elbow. Massage your, where is it? Massage the padding of the thumb. Just kind of headache zone. I call this, people know this point as like an acupressure point for headaches. It really does help that, and it helps any issues relating to like the head and the face. Also, it's a huge stress reliever area for tension. Other hand, if you're stretching out the wrist. Massage that thumb area. Ooh. A lot can get stuck in there. We use our thumbs, constantly. Awesome. Let's just do a little standing quad stretch. Stand onto one leg. Use the wall if it helps you. We're cultivating all of this stability through the ankle, through the whole leg, and through the hip. Okay, change sides. Let that go. Step out wide onto your mat for your wide forward fold. Here we engage the quads up. So the kneecaps are lifting up towards the hips, giving space here to the back of the legs. Okay, bend your knees and come up. Open out to the right. Find your alignment through your warrior two position. Sometimes in the practice, we get this moment, this glimpse of just being in the position, in the pose, with minimal strain or effort, just feeling what's happening and just letting it be what it is. Come to your triangle. I find those moments feel just so good. Great. Bend your knee, come back up, and reverse warrior, up and over. Take that top hand and really reach towards the back room, or the back of the wall, wherever that is for you. Release that out. Pivot the foot back into your wide forward fold. Without strain or stress with your breath, just see how long and soft you could exhale. Just let it keep going. Stretch out to one foot. Giving your leg a hug. Stretch out the other way, other side. And slowly rise up. Open out to the left. Find your warrior two position, the heels aligned. The back foot is angled at whatever angle the hip and the knee, wherever that is, so that the front knee is forward towards the toes. see if you could just exhale here, slow. Into triangle. Bend the knee, reverse warrior. All of this motion to come up and over. Let it go. Pivot the foot. One more time into your wide forward fold. And we'll be here doing what feels good. What is your body called to do right now? What does it need? We'll take 5 breaths into that. One more breath. Coming up nice and slow. I have to go slow coming up so that I don't get lightheaded. Come into your goddess position. So the knees open with the toes. Sometimes I rock a little side to side to find out where that is, what the position is today, depending on how my hips are feeling, how much they are opening. Recognize that the outer glutes, the outer hips, the IT band are all working to open up. And breathe. Relax from the top of the head, the eyebrows, the temples, the jaw, the neck, the shoulders, all the way down the line. Awesome. Lift up, lengthen this big 5-pointed star. Come back into it one more time. Come down to goddess. And up. Ooh. And let it go. Heel toe the feet back in. Shake it out a little. And we're going to do standing tree pose or figure 4, anything along the way. So you can start with tree pose, evaluate along the way. Stand onto your left leg, hug the right knee up. Come into tree, whichever version of that is. If it's above the knee, below the knee, toes on the ground. Check into your standing hip, the secure hip. The line from the arch lifting all the way through the inner thigh, up through the spine. If this is it, this is a perfect place. If it's time, you might come into a standing figure 4, holding onto your foot and directing the knee, letting it open downward. Check back into your standing hip. So that the weight doesn't drop out to the side, it draws in and gives you power up. Now, if it's interesting to have both hands together at the heart, if you are in that figure 4, if it's interesting to kind of come down into this figure 4 squat, forward fold, any of the ways that you might do it. Awesome. Please come out. Wow. Come back to mountain pose for a breath or two. Stand onto your other leg, and here we go. Stretching the knee up, open out to tree. The inclination will likely be to drop this hip out. We're just bringing it in. If you like to take it into figure four. Of course, if your standing leg needs a moment in between, bring your foot down. Compassion. And anywhere along the way from here, you're traveling. One of my teachers, I forget who it was, they used to, maybe I read it, that coming through versions of a pose, it's like we're all on the same bus and we just take different stops along the way. Oh, here's my stop. Awesome. Great work. Please come out just as you went in. Good. Stand back into mountain. Nothing like it. All right. Let's come into our forward fold at the front of the mat. Come down into your table. Shift your hips side to side, gazing towards your shoulder. So if my hips come out to the right, my torso moves to the left and I'm looking over my right shoulder. Kind of like a C shape side to side, lateral movement. Come back to child's pose. In child's pose, walk your hands side to side to give some side body stretch. Let's come up into a seat. Come to butterfly forward fold. Come up and take your left leg out. Right foot in, just like our little tree pose. Lift up the heart and exhale into your fold. Use your hands, walk them up the leg. Run your hand down the inside of the leg and up and over, reach towards your foot. Side stretch. Press your hand into the leg to come back up. And other side. I take a little extra caution with that movement specifically because those sort of side movements tend to be maybe the thing that might create a pinch in our back. If something was going to, it's likely that, I find. Walk the hands back up and the side stretch up and over. Keep breathing, keep your jaw soft. Notice what you're looking at. Press your hand into the leg and here we come up. And let that go. Let's take face of light. So stacking the knees towards center, left is on the bottom to start. Bringing your heels as close in, and if that shape isn't so available, you could certainly do it with like maybe one leg, the bottom leg out is an interesting thing I've never tried before. So the leg on the bottom is the left, the right arm is the top. Last time we did this and we set up the top arm secure so that there's lots of space up through the spine. The neck is not being compromised. And if that is using the top hand to help with that, that could be really useful to stay. Otherwise, we could take the bottom arm all the way across the low back and bend the elbow. I do think that using something like a tie or a yoga strap or scarf or anything to hold on to if your hands don't meet easily. Let go slowly. And to forward fold if you like. Doesn't take much to make some sensation in that kind of like outer back of the leg. Change sides. So just start with finding our grounding, find the body on the mat again, and then the left side. If the top arm feels pretty secure, your neck feels free, and take the other arm across. Bending that elbow. Good job. And gently let go. Especially that back arm, that sort of motion in the shoulders is worth caring for a little extra. A little bit of a forward fold if it feels good. And let's let that go. Unravel the legs. Use your hands to support you from sliding, and just take the knees and let them move side to side. My feet are open quite wide to do this. It kind of scooches me down until I'm like, we're almost laying down. I love to lay down. Come into your boat pose. Any of the versions, toes down, whole foot down, holding onto the legs, arms out, legs extended. Low belly is lifting, heart's open, side to side. If you feel your low back dropping out, your heart kind of like drawing down, those are cues to restabilize through the core, through the legs maybe. And we're just taking some of these lateral twisting motions. Awesome, please lay down. Hug the knees, rock side to side, massage your back. Come down to up to bridge pose. Pressing into the feet, lengthen the knees forward. Ribs are drawing in, even though the torso is lifting and opening. We get this balanced control through the torso. Lift up your heels and roll all the way down. Kick your left leg and kick the sky, kick the ceiling. So the foot's flexed. Point the toes, so you're stretching through the front of the leg. And flex it again. And point your toes. Let go of the ankle and cross your leg to figure four. When laying on your back, we still find a gazing point. Something to stare gently. Take that leg back up to the sky. Your other foot's on the ground. Interlace the fingers, run them up the leg, and draw the leg towards you. So I'm just a gentle, assisted hamstring stretch here. Whew. Let go, other side. Kick the sky. Point the toes. Flex the foot. Point the toes. If you're wearing shorts, if you can see your bottom part of your leg, when you flex the foot, there's this like muscle that runs to the outside of the shin at the upper part. Point the toes and flex the foot one more time. And cross it over into figure four. That muscle at the front of the shin, just to the outside of the shin, tibialis anterior, it's really cool. It flexes the foot and it comes down and becomes like a stirrup in your arch. It's pretty awesome muscle. It's the antagonist to the calf muscles. Release out of figure four, take your leg up. Fingers interlace behind the leg and we draw it towards us just a little. Let that go, bring your foot down, back into your ridge. Roll all the way down into happy baby. Coming into the twist, any twist that feels best to you. I trust that you know, and if you don't know what feels the best, maybe they're all maybe the same. I recommend doing it with the knees up and letting them kind of just slide out so that it's more effortless of a twist. Slowly twist the other way. Breathing out. You might let your knees sway a bit side to side and take any last positions or movements that you need to feel comfortable as you settle into rest to your Shavasana. Take your time. So much of the yoga practice is awareness of the body and a lot of effort throughout the body. And here we get to release that, let go of effort. Bigger muscles, the obvious areas of tension. And then maybe through the less obvious, scanning through the body. Giving up any tension or effort through the breath. Or releasing it into the mat, into the earth.